Roger that. Here we go. Welcome to the FIBA YouTube channel, and get the chips, get the dip, get your drinks, pull up your chair. It is time for a chat party. The 2024 Paris Olympics, and we have Group B competition featuring the host team France against Brazil. This is Aaron Sanders. Hello to everybody wherever you may be. It could be a good morning, it could be a good afternoon, it could be good evening. Wherever you're tuning in, we hope you're able to tune in for the next couple of hours. Hello to Coco. Hello to our premium members like Robert Go, Isaiah Lanzona, Amar Chamele, and more. We'll get to that in just a moment. It's almost tip-off time between Brazil and France. Now, for those of you wondering where you could watch the feed of the game, unfortunately, we are not able to have the rights to stream it for you, but if you check the website in the description, it will show you where you could watch it depending on what part of the world you may be. So it's almost tip-off time. France will start with Nicolas Batum, Evan Fournier, Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, the NBA Rookie of the Year, and Matthew Strozil. For Brazil, who's looking for their first medal in 56 years. Start off with Marcelino Huertas, Leo Mendel, Jorginho de Paula, Bruno Caboclo, and Lucas Diaz. The officiating crew, the crew chief is Matthew Callio from Canada, along with the umpires from Spain, Luis Castillo, and from Ecuador, Carlos Peralta. So again, thank you for tuning in. There is a lot of features that we'll talk about when it comes to tuning into this game and more on this YouTube channel. I'll get to that in a dead ball situation and get you caught up. There's already been one Group B game that played earlier today, and that was Germany and Japan, and Germany won that by 20. We are underway, and France with possession. Les Bleus playing home. And a nice pass to Evan Fournier down to the near side. He's at the wing. He is flustered, and he sends it to Wembanyama right away. He has to work with 7 on the shot clock. Tries to enter inside. Fires it from outside. That's off the top. Off of the rebound. It's Marcelino Huertas for Brazil. Goes for the teardrop, and he connects. The 41-year-old, the Liga ACB all-time assist leader, gets Brazil on the board. France went 2-4 in their warm-up games before the Olympics. Pass underneath the Wembanyama, and that's a foul right away by Lucas Diaz. And Marcelino Huertas had his head on a swivel on that fast break. But knowing that he is a veteran, 2020 FIBA Intercontinental Cup MVP and change, he knows how to play basketball. He has great ball IQ. Ball goes into Strozil, into Rudy Gobert, who enters right inside of the circle, gets the ball stripped away by Caboclo. And Brazil immediately showing how pesky they could be in the mid-range game. Here's Huertas conducting the offense down to the far side in front of the bench. Coming up on the left side, fires it from the free throw line, bounces up once, twice, but he gets it on to the third time. 4-0 Brazil. We are a minute into this ball game. Wembanyama. And all they're doing is passing right now. Fling from Strozil, no good. Gobert tried to put his hands on it, but Lucas Diaz was the last one to touch it on the fall back down. We have a Super Chat contest. Support your team with the Super Chat. Each dollar sent equals 1 point, so who will dominate? Let's find out who you're rooting for right now. 9 on the shot clock off of the inbound. Evan Fournier driving right inside and gets it off with the right hand. 4-2 Brazil. Brazil wearing their green uniforms. They are going from right to left. Brazil wearing their white uniforms with blue gradient trim and numbers. They will go left to right. Bounce pass to Caboclo outside, now goes in deep to the left side. 10 to shoot. It goes out to Mendel. Mendel flings it from downtown, and he gets it in. Leo Mendel who plays in the Japanese B League, last year's Romanian League champ and MVP, gets his first tray here in this year's Olympic Games. Evan Fournier driving from the right side. And a foul is called. And that foul is on Caboclo, the 28-year-old who has experience in the NBA and the G League. There are a handful of players in the Olympic Games this year that has NBA experience. And unfortunately, due to broadcast reasons, we are unable to show you the stream. If you're able to go to the website that we have in the description, it'll let you know all about how you could watch France versus Brazil. First free throw up and in for Evan Fournier, who has played in the NBA for the last 12 years. A Denver Nugget and Orlando Magic, played in Boston, New York, and recently in Detroit. One of many players for Les Bleus who has won a silver medal in the 2020 Olympics in Japan. He is perfect at the free throw line. It is 7-4 Brazil. 2 minutes have gone by here in the opening quarter. This is Aaron Sanders. Thank you for joining me in this chat party. Again, let's get comfortable for the next 2 hours. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching this from. Nice feed underneath, and the bucket doesn't go down for Caboclo. Heartbreak City for Caboclo. He was working off of that fine backdoor pass, streaking through right into the rack, but the ball hit everywhere but down the hatch. Behind the back from Fournier, fires it from the elbow, can't deliver. Rebound Brazil. Up the floor is Jorginho De Paula, one of the finest players that the nation has to offer. Caboclo was trying to set a screen, but he landed on the seat of his pants. Huertas trying to break free from Gobert, and he goes on the cross-court pass to Mendel, who gets it down for three-point land. It is a 10-4 lead, Brazil. Early lead for them. They are 4 of 5 from the field. France only 1 for 4. Wemby. Gobert trying to back off Diaz. He gets the ball underneath, but there's a whistle before the pass. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, aaronsanders.crossfather. Or if you want to know if I hang out around the Twitterverse, or X as they're called now, you could give me a follow at @ASandersWindsor. Again, thank you for the pleasure of your company in this chat party. Be sure to tune in to the apps from whatever country you are tuning in from to watch the feed of this game. There was a pass underneath the Wembanyama off the inbound, but he was met by 2 green shirts and he picked up the foul, so he's going to go to the line as Lucas Diaz has a seat. So Diaz with the foul, and Wemby hits the first free throw. Wembanyama, on top of having all the accolades that an NBA rookie can. He was the French Player of the Year in 2023. A year before that, a Pro A champ. Played for the Metropolitans 92, but I'm sure a lot of you know that, and that's how you were able to pick up on Wembanyama over the last few years. 20 years old. As he splits the pair of free throws, it is 10-5 Brazil. 3 minutes, 30 seconds have gone by here in quarter number 1. Huertas going with the stutter step. Joao Cardoso checked in. And he gets the ball right away into the corner. De Paula, 3 ball is a no-go. Gobert with the board. And FIBA has just sent a link in the live chat where you could watch the stream. Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, we are unable to show you the stream. Breakaway for Brazil. Alley-oop underneath. Cardoso and 1. And he lets out a scream to let the home crowd know Brazil is taking over. 12-5 off of that great alley-oop, and the fast break started it. Great interception from Cardoso. And he was just setting up Leo Mendel to give him that nice dish as he serves up a facial on Rudy Gobert. That wasn't jelly, that was a jam. And Joao Cardoso, you just made yourself a poster. Welcome to the Olympic Games, big fella. And he airballs the and one. So he had one shining moment off of that alley-oop and immediately goes for that air ball. So it's 5-12 Brazil, almost halfway into the first quarter. Here's Wembanyama. Strazel trying to get the ball. Now he gets it. Strazel misses it from the elbow, and another foul. And this time it's going to go on Rudy Gobert. He checks out as Frank Ntilikina checks in for him. Frank Ntilikina currently plays in Serbia, played in the NBA as part of the Hornets, the Knicks, and the Mavericks. Was the 2016 FIBA Europe Under-18 MVP. And again, another one of those players that won silver for France back in 2020. Inbound underneath goes to DePaula. DePaula, 28 years old, last played in Germany. DePaula, heavily guarded by Fournier, sends it to Huertas. Huertas, near side, 6 to shoot. Dishing it into Caboclo, and the donut misses the coffee. He misses the one-handed stuff, and Brazil back to an 8-second shot clock. Cardozo in the lane, flicks it up. And an offensive foul. Head coach Alexander Petrovic asking for an explanation from the officiating crew on where did he saw the foul. Ntilikina for France standing his ground right at the bottom of the circle. So Ntilikina already had his feet planted right on top of the free throw circle. And Mendel drove past him. And with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, Brazil holds on to a 7-point lead, but they lost the ball off of the offensive foul. Evan Fournier with the ball, Wemby with the seal. He breaks free out of that one. Out of the right side, Wemby darts it right away to Batum. That's a triple. That's off the mark. Ball gets tipped off the glass. Third chance for Wembanyama, no good. Going for the fourth chance. Yes, it counts. Wemby going deep and picking up 3 offensive rebounds for his troubles. And yes, the crowd is getting into it. Toby Passion asking that question. And after that, Wemby and 1. They are right back into it. Brazil 12, France 7. France could cut this to a 4-point deficit if Wemby makes the free throw. In the meantime, Nando De Colo checks in for France. He replaces Evan Fournier. And Cristiano Felicio checking in for Caboclo for Brazil. And Wemby misses the and one off the top of the heel. Nice dribble drive, no looker. De Colo out to Yabusele, and he misses the outside shot. Huertas brings it up the floor for Brazil. Brazil has not won a medal since picking up bronze in the 1968 Mexico Olympic Games. 56 years. So it's been a tough time for Brazil as that pass underneath goes to the Felicio and had the ball stripped from him. The last time they made the Olympics was in 2016, of course, Rio de Janeiro, where they placed 9th. They have won 3 bronze medals in 1948, 60, and 64. My mistake, they have not played for a medal since 68, where they lost the bronze medal game. Last they won bronze was 60 years ago. And for France, the story, obviously, they won the silver medal, losing to America, the United States of America, back in the 2020 Japan Games. And before then, they lost to the States in 2000, and placed second, claiming silver in the 1948 games. They are looking for their fourth medal, their fourth trip of the podium. Yabusele trying to seek entry. Last touch by Cardozo. It stays with France. They have 6 seconds to deal with on the shot clock. 3:47 to go, opening quarter. Slow start for France, but they're picking right back up. Nando De Colo breaking free from Mendel. Trying to pass it to Batum, but that's stripped. Here is Guy Santos. On the pass to Mendel. Mendel, tough shot. Off the glass. Picked up by Santos. Santos into Cardozo, going for the reverse over Wimby, but he was stopped in his tracks. Up comes Nicolino for France. Out to Yabusele. That's a 3. In and out. And Huertas telling his team to slow it down. They're shooting 60% from the field. France shooting 20. 3 minutes to go, 5 on the shot clock. Here's Santos. Santos with a little dance, a little step, and he gets it. Guy Santos gets on the board. 15-7 to score. Nicolina on the pass to Yabusele. Getting close to the near side, now back to the center. Nando De Colo. Breaking free off of Wimby. Screen and roll. 3 ball. That's good. And Nicolas Batum, the veteran, making it 15-10. Huertas slowing down, backing up on Nicolina. Far side, screen from Felicio. Felicio gets the ball, and off the screen and roll, he picks up the contact. Once again, a slow start for France, but they're picking right back up. Wembanyama checking out. Bilal Coulibaly is Metropolitan's 92 teammate checking in for him. Matthias Lesort checking in for Batum. Fresh legs out for France as Cristiano Felicio gets the first free throw. It is 16-10, 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Other stats that can make a difference near the end of the game. We'll get to them as soon as we can. Take a look on Brazil's side. They're shooting 60% from the field, 67% at the line. France out rebounding them 8-7. 6 defensive boards, 3 assists compared to France's 2. It is 17-10. Both free throws are made. Yabusele in deep. Cardozo is able to force the offensive foul on Yabusele. So yes, not a good start. France's 4th turnover. Iago Santos up the floor. Santos just breaking the timeline. No backcourt violation is called because Nicolina tried to strip it and it went in the backcourt. Recovering it on the feed underneath, goes down for Cristiano Felicio. Great heads-up play as Brazil trying to make something out of a broken play. As Iago Santos in for Huertas off of the foul on Felicio. So De Colo drew the foul. And you have to be amazed at the resiliency from Brazil, especially on that last play where Felicio made the layup. Taking advantage of the broken play. They thought they were in trouble once it passed the front court. They were able to take care of business. Nando De Colo at the line. He has NBA experience with the San Antonio Spurs, the Austin Toros, the Toronto Raptors, and the Raptors 905. Currently plays in France's top league, the LNB Pro A, a multi-EuroLeague champion. Again, all of this experience pays off for the global game. As DeColo makes the second free throw, it is 19-12. Brazil ahead with 1 minute and 24 seconds left. And the first look at Victor Benici as he checks in for Brazil. Now, Brazil was placed 10th in the power rankings before the start of the Olympics, dropping down a spot from 9th place. They are 12th in the FIBA World Rankings. And for France, they dropped 3 spots in the power rankings, placing 6th, but they are 9th in FIBA World. It's number 9 versus number 12 in the world rankings. Nice rejection from Bilal Koulibaly. Koulibaly claims it. Up the floor, 3-ball putter there. It is a 2-possession game from a big 3 from Nicolina. And that's a personal foul on Koulibaly. Once again, if you want to watch this game live, we have a link in the description, and FIBA will forward the link into the live chat to let you know where you could watch it, depending on where you are watching it from. Due to copyright reasons, we are unable to show you the game, but we have the chat party here. I'll answer your questions. Pass to Santos. Santos, tough take. And he is fouled by Lesort. 2 free throws are coming up for Gui Santos. Gui Santos also has a nice resume. Currently playing for the Golden State Warriors over in the NBA. 1 gold for Brazil in the 2019 FIBA South American U17 Championship. He was able to get Lesort off his feet and take the contact. Santos connects on the first free throw. 20-15, your score. Brazil ahead against the host team, France. Santos with 4 points and a rebound so far. And the second free throw bounces off top of the iron. Santos secures the rebound. He tight-roped the base and sideline and was met by Yabusele, who caused him fits. But Yabusele was the person that touched it last. It stays with Brazil. Great heads-up play from Gui Santos after missing the second free throw. He will inbound it underneath the France basket with 41 9/10 remaining. Gui underneath to Cardoso. Gives it straight away to Santos. Santos breaking away from Nicolina. Underneath Felicio and the foul. Yabusele, he is flustered. He can't believe it. And now that puts France over the limit in fouls. Brazil, easy trip to the free throw line as Felicio got Yabusele and Lesort off their feet. And with Yabusele's foul, that brings Wembanyama back in with under 35 seconds left here in the first. Felicio, 4 points so far. 2 of those 4 came from the line. Make that 3, he has 5. 21-15 is the score. Again, earlier today in competition, Germany over Japan, 97-77 in Group B play. Germany drawing first blood in that group. Australia over Spain, 92-80. They are ahead in Group A competition. The first day of basketball here in the 2024 Summer Olympics. France with the ball. Nice screen from Lesort. Tries to get the ball, but Iago Santos read the assignment. And he slowly brings the ball from the backcourt into the front court with 12 seconds to go. Shot clock dead. Brazil will take the lead at the end of the first quarter. Let's see if they'll make a buck on their last trip. Santos, tough shot, and he banks it in with 2 seconds to go. And that closes out the first. What an incredible, improbable shot from Iago Santos to round out the first. Now Brazil leads 23-15. We played 10 minutes here in this chat party. Stay with us. We will read your comments in a moment. Again, thank you for joining us. For those of you wondering, well, where in the world can we watch this stream? Unfortunately, it won't be here on the FIBA YouTube page due to copyright reasons with the Olympics and FIBA. We won't go into that. That's not why you're here. But if you want to watch the game, again, FIBA has a link where it will have all the information and the apps where you could watch the games depending on what part of the country you are residing from. So we invite you to do that. If not, think of this as your second stream, alternate commentary with me, Aaron Sanders, which you can follow me on Instagram, aaronsanders.frostfather, aaronsanders.frostfather. Remember, the dot is very important. And on Twitter, or X as it's called nowadays, at A. Sanders Windsor. I've called a handful of FIBA tournaments. It is an honor and a privilege to be doing the chat party for the 2024 Summer Olympics. Again, thank you all for tuning in. And we have seen some good plays from Brazil. They do not hesitate a bit. They have had a couple of alley-oops. They went 5 of 9 from two-point land. And that's not a bad start to the game. When you shoot 62%, it's safe to say you're having a good shooting performance and you're taking wise shots. France, on the other hand, they're trying to resort to the paint, but they haven't been lucky. They're shooting 33% from the field. Their top scorer at the end of one. It's been a mixed bag, but Evan Fournier has 4 points. Brazil's top man is Cristiano Felicio with 5. And Brazil starts with the ball here in the second. Gui Santos with a nice spin cycle on De Colo. Breaking 3 off the chest pass. Finger roll up and in for Huertas. Actually, that's Victor Benici. Nonetheless, nice spin cycle. So that makes it 25-15 in favor of Brazil. The Sword working his way into the 10, dances and gets the finger roll. Beautiful plays from both ends. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. He is called for a turnover. It's traveling. They wave the basket off. That's Heartbreak City for France as Nicolas Batum checks in for Koulibaly. Georgiano De Paula checking in for Cardozo. So they wave that basket off. And with that, Brazil gets possession. Santos in trouble. He's guarded by Nicolina. Ntilikina playing great defense until that screen from Felicio stopped him in his tracks. Behind the back, Santos underneath the Felicio. Oh, he blows a tire as the ball hits underneath the bottom of the bucket. Here's Wemby from downtown. In and out. Back on the rebound is Santos. Santos showing great poise. Felicio with another screen. Out to De Paula. De Paula getting in and puts it in. 27-15. Brazil with the shocker as France calls timeout. An outstanding run to start the second quarter. And France showing no response in the interior game. They are outscored 4-0 here in the first minute and 30 seconds of this game. And the crowd on hand at the Pierre-Mauroy Stadium is silent. They did not expect France to get off to a poor start. Even their big man hasn't been taking care of business. Wemby first and foremost before we go to what caused the Brazilian layup. Here's the thing. Victor Wembanyama shot from about 35 feet where he had the lane open and he decided to go for the shot. And then on the other end, it was Santos on the rebound and DePaula with a tough finish. Now, if I'm a big man, I wouldn't think about chucking up a three, especially early on into the quarter. If I have to fight for the ball and fight to go in deep, I will do that. Boxing out for a reason. But now Wembanyama is having an ice-cold start to his game. 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field, along with 3 rebounds. So home court slowly being taken away by the Brazilians, and they are doing an outstanding job as France brings the ball back into play. Ntilikina, Batum, DeColo, Lasorte, and Wembanyama, the 5 for France right now. Wembanyama feeds it to DeColo. Lasorte up top. Ntilikina back to Wemby. Left elbow, spins around, fires it, and gets it in. Now that's the spot where Wemby needs to dominate in order to get France right back into this ball game. Back to a 10-point game. 2 minutes have gone by here in the second quarter. Benici up the floor. Santos, Felicio, Beniti, Santos, and DePaula in for Brazil. Foul outside of the ball. That's on DeColo. And they're showing a replay of that nice post-up move as Wembanyama flings it and fires it over Santos. The footwork is there. He was testing Guy Santos out and realized he wasn't leaning in to play master lock defense. There's a bad pass taken away by Cordinet. Cordinet to Lasorte, up to Batum, 3 ball, no shot. Iago Santos ahead. Santos guarded by Cordinet, back to the logo. Benici thought about the screen, but detracted on the other side instead. Felicio off the screen. They're trying to look for a PAR. That's a pick and roll. And Brazil turns it over. Iago Santos called for the travel as Joao Cardoso checks in for DePaula. Rebounding game pretty close, a +1 for France, 11-10. Story so far is passing the ball as Brazil's out-assisting France, 8-3. Wemby going for the screen on the right side, cutting into the left is Batum as he slashes to the lane and draws the foul. So Brazil picking up a handful of fouls. Guy Santos, the receiving party on that foul as Batum heads to the line. He made an and one earlier. 4 points and a rebound. A well-seasoned veteran, well-seasoned NBA veteran as well. And listen to these accolades. 2021 French Player of the Year. 2006 FIBA Europe U18 MVP. And on top of that, silver medal back in 2020. He makes a second free throw. It is 27-19. Brazil ahead with 7:10 left until halftime. Loose ball on the floor, but a whistle is called. Find out where you can watch the Paris Olympics. FIBA just put another link up in their description. And we have more premium memberships as JD Stefan, who's tuning into the chat party. Thank you for joining us here on the party. For 99 cents a month, premium FIBA content, exclusive badges, avatars, exclusive Q&A with FIBA experts, including yours truly. All of that, if you subscribe to the YouTube Premium membership, 99 cents a month. 3 minutes gone by here in quarter number 2. Ntilikina has to find a way to get a shot going, because if he doesn't, then France is going to have a hard time trying to conduct their offense. Wemby, shovel pass underneath Lesort. Oh, doctor. They were waiting to get the crowd into it, but that nice shovel pass from Wembanyama to Lesort got everything going. That's just their 4th assist, but it may pay off. It is now a 2-possession game. Ntilikina playing nice defense, almost stripped it from Yago. Yago retains the ball, fakes around, kicks it right back out. Lesort almost called for the foul. Teardrop up and out. Felicio trying to pile up on the points. France ahead, dribble drive, outside, no looker. Wemby, oh, beautiful pass to Lesort, but he loses control. Wemby did a half spin, half no look pass. Blink and you'll miss. Oh, he's playing the game of Wheel of Fortune right now with these dishes. So many dishes, you're wondering it's a buffet. Matheus Lesort, on the other hand, with a two-handed jam on Joao Cardoso. So we have 2 posters so far here in the stadium in France. Woo! 6-point game. 6:14 to go. Second quarter. Matheus Lesort getting in a groove right now. Even though that's his first bucket, he has fought long and hard to get the ball and finish, and he did just that. Up ahead is Caboclo. Caboclo as Huertas conducting. Slows it down, kickball called as Benici wasn't ready for that. It went down on his feet. France getting back right into this ball game. Brazil shooting 59%. France was shooting in the high 20s. They are now up to 38. And a foul off the ball with 5:50 left. Caboclo on the foul. So a bit of a double whammy for Bruno Caboclo. Called for a turnover and a personal foul too. That is Caboclo's 3rd foul, so we may not see him until, let's say, the deeper stages of the 3rd quarter. Perhaps Alexander Petrovic will give him another chance before then. We'll just have to wait and see. Jorginho De Paulo and Joao Cardoso in for Brazil. And Gobert is in for Wembanyama. So Gobert back in the 5 spot. And Keenan Bakken with this interesting statistic. Brazil kept scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So Wemby has to check out a little bit of an injury timeout. You can put a bandage on him or something. 9 to shoot. Andrew Albisi getting his first minutes in the Olympics. And we're going the other way. So let's take a look at the replay. Lesort recovering the ball from Cardoso. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit of a chicken wing to Joao Cardoso as Lesort. And I can't telestrate it or telegraph this well, but on his way to the basket, he did this at the back of Cardoso's head, ducked underneath, and tried to finish. Now that's an offensive foul. Oh, hold the phone. Matter of fact, that's on Cardoso. They reversed the decision. Wemby's back into the game as Lesort checks out. Lesort bailed out. Gobert now the 4, Wemby the 5. 6 on the clock. Wemby sprouting back at the three-point line, flings in underneath, and he gets it down. Did a little bit of a tap dance to the front of the basket, but down it went. It is a 3-point Brazilian lead. France on the verge of a comeback as Brazil takes time. In what was a 12-point lead, it has been cut down to 3 quarters. 27-24, 5:20 to go until halftime. And the Pierre-Mauroy Stadium are up on their feet. Wembanyama taking a roll of the dice. He has had a great shooting performance in this game, but he was able to get that nice dish. And now France outscoring Brazil 9-4 here in the second quarter. Vincent Collet, the head coach for Les Bleus, more or less telling the team to keep the tempo, keep the hustle going, and shut Brazil down into the backcourt. They have challenged them in the backcourt so many times, almost forced a backcourt violation. And Brazil, who did a terrific job on the fast break in the first 10 minutes of action, has been silenced. The atmosphere is terrific here in the Pierre-Mauroy Stadium, and if you want to see how loud and how animated it is, be sure to check the website in the description to check out where you could watch the game. This is the chat party on FIBA's YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Aaron Sanders here on the chat party call. And I see Victor Wembanyama at the line. That was a technical foul on Brazil's head coach, Alexander Petrovic, as Wemby misses the technical. Three-point game, 27-24, Brazil ahead. And now Brazil inbounds it. Mendel as Batum and Cordier is in the backcourt trying to put on some pressure, but that pressure has been broken. Mendel on the bounce pass to Huertas. Huertas heavily secured by Gobert. 5 on the 24. Huertas has to move, stutters, drives right inside, fires it from the circle, blocked by Gobert. Not only it's a chat party, but it's a block party, everybody. Albisi up the floor. Under 5 to go here in the half. France looking to cut it to 1 or tie it up. Head and shoulders fake by Wemby. Wemby drives right inside for 2. It is 27-26. France bouncing right back, knocking on the door, trying to get their keys back from home floor. After Brazil led by as much as 12, and with a fast-paced start, whip around pass as Wemby has 10. 3-ball, Mendel, good. So that silenced the crowd a little bit after Wemby drove right inside, but Mendel fires it from the wing and now makes it 30-26. That is Brazil's 4th three-pointer here in the game. Driving by was Batum as he gets fouled. Wemby faked right but went left on Joel Cardozo and twisted his body around on the way, and in mid-flight, he was able to twist his body onto the left and finished with the right-handed finger roll. And that begs the question, what can't Wemby do? You saw what he did in the NBA this past season. And on the other hand, Nicolas Batum gets his 6th point as he connects on the first free throw. In the second quarter, France has outscored Brazil 13-7. Second free throw up and down to make it 30-28. Batum with his veteran presence stepping up along with Wembanyama. Batum with his 7th point. He and Wemby has scored a combined 17 points, 17 of their 28. Nice behind the back dribble. DePaula misses the J. Wemby with another board. Up ahead is Cordier, but gives it right away to Batum. Batum for 3. Can't get it. Mendel racing up the floor and finds DePaula on the foul.
I know you're a superstar, a supernova shining, you can see from super far. And they ain't ready, no.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Oh, an appearance by Thiago Splitter, one of the head coaches for the Brazilian team.
Tell me what it feel like to have no fear at all and do it here.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Chat party. 2024 Olympic Games from Paris, France. Brazil 30, France 28, under 4 to go until halftime. I'll break down the stats and facts from the first 20 minutes and take a little bit of a pause once we hit halftime. Mendel fouled right away.
I know you're unstoppable. I know you woke up feeling nothing is impossible. You got the key, I know you know the door's unlockable. Ain't nothing standing.
Courtney on the foul.
I know you're the chosen one. Numbers don't matter when you
France
know
still
that you're the only one.
looking to get back to this game and try to tie it up. They have trailed since the start. Felicio. Huertas to Guy Santos. Santos, oh, got the step on Wimby, and he puts it in. Oh, he put Wembanyama on some skates as he glided in for a beautiful finger roll. That was pretty. 32-28 your score. Brazil looking for their first medal in 60 years. Gobert with the jam as he drove right under the baseline. 2-point game. Under 3 to go. First half. It has been an explosive second quarter. DePaula breaking through the Felicio screen. Gets it back to Felicio. He's blocked by Wemby. France looking to tie. Can they save it? Albisi cannot. As he rams right inside. Out of bounds. Felicio thought he had a clear look, but Wemby was waiting right for him. As Gobert did a good job standing out of the way. A total of 3 blocks for France. It is a block party and a chat party right here on the FIBA YouTube channel. Mendel trying to break away from Fournier. Drives right inside of the lane. That's off the mark. A second chance for Brazil. Huertas on the fake. Over Batum. Gets it down from the line. It is 34-30. 2:20 left here in the first half rather. Brazil shooting 54% from the field. France skyrocketing to 45. Remember, they shot in the high 20s in the first quarter. Fake by Wemby. Drive by Wemby. Dunk by Wemby. Wemby just putting it down like he was putting a scoop of mashed potatoes on his plate on Thanksgiving dinner. Huertas wondering what he's going to do with this defender in Batum. Gives it to DePaula, out to Guy Santos. Misses the 3. Felicio with the rebound. 3 on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. He does from the corner, and he misses. Wemby with another rebound. Albisi was looking for the baseball pass. We have a foul. Yeah, they're showing a replay of that Wemby stuff as he was able to get away from Guy Santos. Again, the triple threat, the head and shoulders fake, driving right into the left and flushing it with authority. And it appeared that Guy Santos hit Wemby right on his forehead, but that forehead slap didn't mean much as he was still able to drive right inside for 2. We have a timeout called by France. 1:36 remaining, 34-32. Let me check out the stats right now. It has been interesting to say the least. France leading in the rebound game, 15-13, 11 defensive boards on top of that. They have 8 turnovers, which they could turn around very quickly. 3 blocks, courtesy of that Wemby block earlier on the other end of the floor. But Brazil capitalizing on 10 points off of turnovers, 4 of them off the fast break. 4 second chance points for France. Brazil responsible for 14 points inside and 17 points from the bench. So for Brazil's case, when you talk about points off the bench, you look at players like Cristiano Felicio, who has 5. 5 of those points. Well, the leading scorer is Leo Mendel with 9 points, 3 of 4 from the field. Up top for France is Wembanyama, who woke up and is on double-double watch right away. 12 points and 5 boards. And France on the verge of either tying this game or going ahead. So France comes out of the timeout with the ball. Minute and 33 until halftime. And for those wondering why you're not able to watch it live, as Wemby goes for the stuff again. It is a royal flush for Victor Wembanyama in France as they tie the game at 34. And Cardozo all alone for the stuff. So back-to-back stuffs. My gracious. Wemby on the other end. And a foul underneath. That's going to go on Cardozo. Out of all of that calamity and great stuffs, great jams underneath, there are a lot of people asking where they could watch this game. There is a link in the description. We have this chat party. Another way to follow along with this game, we have live stats up on the screen. You have yours truly calling the game. Aaron Sanders is the name, by the way. Hello, Coco. Hello, everybody. Due to copyright reasons with both parties, the Olympics and FIBA, and again, it would take me forever to explain it, we are unable to give you the stream here on YouTube. But if you check the website that FIBA has provided to you, you'll be able to watch the games from apps around the world. The second free throw goes down for Lessort, and France gets right back into this game. An outstanding run from France, trying to hold down home court. Brazil took their keys away from them at the start of the game, but France took it right back. It is 36-36. Guy Santos in for Cardozo. 55 to go. Huertas out to Santos. Getting in close. Flings it from the elbow over Ntilikina, and that's off the mark. Lessort the board. France looking for their first lead of the game. Fournier makes it go down. 39-36. And the bench is feeling it for France. The Pierre-Mauroy Stadium feeling it. And it's an offensive foul. Mendel with the elbow. And this is the kind of action that the stadium was looking for. This is a run for the ages for France, outscoring Brazil 24-13 here in the third quarter. 16 seconds to go here in the first half. We have some stats to go through, and I'll tell you all about it once we get to the buzzer. Lessort and France looking for one final shot. This is Evan Fournier over Felicio. Loses control. Huertas from half court. Air ball. And that ends the second quarter and a first half in which a tale of two stories. Brazil breaking through in the first 10 minutes, but in the second quarter, it was Victor Wembanyama and France with a 24-13 quarter to lead 39-26 at the end of the first half. Both of these teams going back to their locker rooms. And I will break down the stats for you and take a few-minute break. But let's get to the stats and the leading scorers for both of these teams. Second half will start in about 15 minutes. For France, Victor Wembanyama is the man with 14 points and 5 rebounds, 3 of them coming from defensive rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field, and underneath them it is a two-way tie for second best scorer in Evan Fournier and Nick Batum, who has 7 apiece. Brazil had a hot start, but it was slowed down right away by France. But despite the slow into the second quarter, Leo Mendel is the high man with 9 points, and with 6 points apiece, it is Guy Santos and Marcelina Huertas with 6. The rebounding game really coming alive for France. out-rebounding Brazil by a narrow margin, a +3, 16-13. Brazil's game has been the dish. 11 assists compared to France's 8. There's been 5 steals from the Brazilians as they shoot a total of 48%. And that is not bad. However, they had a hot start where they shot 60% from the field. That has dwindled down to 48%. And France, they shot around 28-29% by the end of the first quarter. That has skyrocketed to 52%. And that's mainly because they are getting the ball down deep. 14 of their 39 points have been from underneath. And for France's case, off the turnovers, they have scored 11 points. 11 points off of Brazil's 8 turnovers. Let's take a look at some of the live comments right now. Some of them that I am allowed to say. Eric Doyle saying Wemby is such a cheat code. Yeah, no wonder why he won the NBA Rookie of the Year. I mean, think of it. In his first year as a San Antonio Spur, a well-decorated team, I should say. I lived there for 6 years during the Tim Duncan, David Robinson era, so it's safe to say I know a thing or two about the San Antonio Spurs. But yes, Rookie of the Year in the NBA this year, all rookie first team, all defensive first team. France's player of the year, I should say, last year, and the Pro A champ with the Metropolitans 92. So he's not only a walking bucket, a walking poster, but a cheat code, according to Eric Doyle. Blair Waldorf still has hope for Brazil, saying that they will shock the world. They're looking for their first medal in 60 years. They placed bronze in the 64 Olympic Games and was short of a podium appearance in the 1968 Mexico Games, where they lost in the bronze medal game. And again, premium memberships are going at an all-time high here on this YouTube channel. We have to say hello to Jordy Bower, who is a part of the premium membership. Welcome to the crew, my friend. For just 99 cents a month, everybody, you could get premium access to exclusive content from FIBA, replays of certain tournaments, events, and games. Like, for example, the tournament I just called, the FIBA U17 Men's and Women's World Cup, in which Team USA swept those two. And Josh NBA in movies wondering how many points Wembanyama has, and he is the high man with a total of 14 points and 5 rebounds. So he is on double-double watch. D. Swervo saying France finally locking in. Keenan Bakken said Brazil did not shoot in the last 4 minutes. There was a time where Brazil was scoreless for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And on top of that, Wemby picked up a big-time block, which really started a run for France. So at the half, France leads 39-36. I'm going to take a quick timeout. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we will talk more basketball here. So keep it here. This is Aaron Sanders, which you can follow me on Instagram at aaronsanders.frostfather or Twitter, now known as X, at @ASandersWindsor. That is @ASandersWindsor, WINDSOR. I'll take a quick break. I will be back, and we'll keep the conversation going. Okay, stay with me. Stay with us. This is FIBA, the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, and we are at a chat party, y'all. Stay with us. Hello, everybody. Hope you've been enjoying the action so far. We are about a minute away from the start of the second half between France and Brazil. And after a tough start for France, they were able to get back on the board as they lead 39-36 against Brazil as we're moments away from the third quarter. This is Aaron Sanders. Thank you for joining us. And to Coco and Ollie, thank you for tuning in. Hope you get better, Allsters. To everyone else around the world, thank you for tuning in. Again, catch the live stream of this game on any of the apps around the world. Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, we are unable to show you the feed of the game here on YouTube. So we invite you to go to that link in that description and you'll be able to watch this game, and hope you're able to watch along and hear me along as I do the play-by-play here in the second half and a part of this chat party as I read your comments. This has been a great game so far, but an explosive second quarter from Brazil helped them get right back into this game. And this was a second quarter where France outscored Brazil 24-13. And that is due in part of Victor Wembanyama's resurgence into this game. He has a total of 14 points and 5 rebounds. And France starts the third quarter with the ball diving underneath. The shot doesn't go for France. And Huertas and Brazil has to find some way to get back in this game. They were kept scoreless for 4 minutes in the second quarter. And underneath for the deuce is Mendel, who had to meet a couple of defenders on his way to the rack, but he was able to pirouette and get a double clutch jumper. Lessort outside, 3-ball, no good for Batum. And a jam down by Batum. Batum. At first you don't succeed, try again, as he followed up on that miss and just drove right inside and said, "You are no match for me." Great heads-up play from Isaiah Cordinet as he was looking for the steal, but that ricochets out of bounds. So Batum on the miss, Lessort on the rebound, a nice no-looker. We have seen a lot of jams here today. And France obviously dominating in the paint. Batum with his 9th point off the jam. And an offensive foul as Lessort takes a hit to the eye. Now Brazil's head coach, Alexander Petrovic, has to be careful. He's already has a technical foul to his name. Caboclo playing with foul trouble. And if that is on Caboclo, that is his 4th foul. We have 460 people watching along with 150 likes. Let's see if we could reach 1,000 viewers before the end of the game. Caboclo with his 4th foul. Lessort dishing it straight to Ntilikina, who gets the triple. Ntilikina getting it from three-point land. It is a 6-point France lead, 44-38. Minute 30 gone by here in the third quarter. Huertas gets the screen off of Caboclo. Trying to dribble away from Lessort, having a lot of trouble. Goes behind the back of the free throw line. Ball stripped by Ntilikina, but retained by Mendel, who misses the running shot. Wemby running up the floor. And he gets the ball back from Isaiah, but misses. And missing the stuff is Cordinet. Almost got a putback slammer off of Wemby's miss. Nothing there for France. Brazil back on the move. In deep, Caboclo playing with 4 fouls. Gets denied by Wemby. It is a block party here at the chat party. But the jumper on the second chance goes down for Huertas. Ntilikina up to Wemby. Wemby guarded up top. Lessort in trouble over Caboclo. Stays with France. So Caboclo was already at a disadvantage. Wemby was already guarding him. Already had his back facing towards the basket. So he was going for a half spin, going for the fadeaway, but did not have a lot of space to work with off of that Wemby block. Matthias Lessort will throw it in. He has 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 dimes. Ntilikina, another 3. Doesn't get the same result. DePaula rushing the floor as he breaks free from Lesort. Chest pass to Mendel. Mendel breaking free and draws the foul off of Lesort. And Lesort picking up his 3rd personal. So he is now in foul trouble. A plethora of players for France who has a collection of 2 fouls. Again, the big story is paying attention to Bruno Caboclo, who has 4 fouls, picked up 3 of them, all in the first quarter. And I mentioned halfway in the first quarter, if they send Caboclo off for the rest of that quarter, we would not see him until the deeper stages of the third quarter. It would be shocking to see him to start the second half, and lo and behold, he is, as Mendel hits the second free throw. France topping Brazil 44-41, 7:25 to go. Cordinet trying to fend off DePaula. Cordinet locates Batum. Batum near side for the 3. Passes it to Wemby instead. Loses his footing. Found it again. Trying to go for a crossover dribble. Can't nail the 3 from the corner. So a over-the-back foul on France. Actually, there's another terminology for it. I hope the chat knows what it is. First off, the personal foul. They may give it on Ntilikina, maybe, but he was trying to get the rebound over Huertas right behind on his back. Nonetheless, Brazil gets the ball. They have 6 to shoot. Huertas finds Caboclo and has that taken away from him. And a Brazilian foul as they break the timeline. Luka Vucevic once again asking what many people are asking, how they're able to watch the game. Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, we are unable to stream the game here. Just keep on checking the link in our description to find out where you could watch it. Caboclo got the steal from the seat of his pants and starts a run for Brazil. So he was on the floor to start it, but it ends as Cordinet takes it away in midair. Whips it to Wemby. Wemby thought he was fouled, but that doesn't stop Brazil as Mendel passes it out to Huertas. Huertas, where does he go this time? To the free throw line. No, matter of fact, he'll stay on the floor. 6:05 left. Caboclo standing his ground using his chest as Wemby was looking to elevate. Lesort checking out and Gobert checking in. So there's that 4-5 deadly combination of Gobert and Wembanyama, and France needs that now. Wemby and Gobert, total of 16, but Gobert has scored 1 lone bucket. Mendel swatted by Gobert. Another chance for Mendel, swatted by Wemby. Mendel, back-to-back blocks. Gobert underneath. Caboclo with another steal. If you ever want to talk about the kind of adversity in these Olympics, well, Caboclo's going through that right now. Being a bully on the defensive end, even though he has 4 fouls. And Wemby takes it right out of the air. Ntilikina doing an excellent job slowing the offense down as he passes it to Wemby. He's down to the left wing, trying to find Gobert. Intercepted, taken back by Gobert, looking for the stuff. Had a hand on it, but it found its way to ricochet around the rim and down. 44-41 as Caboclo unable to put the clamps down off of that cross-court pass. Ntilikina again, trying to drive down to the wing. Wemby telling the rest of the team to sag to the right side. Here's that ISO mode. Batum gets the J. Great ISO game from Batum, and it was all conducted by Wembanyama, who's waiting to get that extra pass into Batum to give him his day. 48-41 your score, 4:30 left here in the third. Caboclo looking for the pass. Ntilikina doing a good job stripping it away. Wemby on the move. Look out. Good batted pass down to Gobert. That's just excellent teamwork. Great basketball seen and heard around the world. Gobert, Batum, and Wemby at their ever-loving best. 9-point game, 50-41, 4:25 to go. France just dominating this game, and they have done an exceptional job at that, outscoring Brazil 11-5 here in the first 5 minutes here in the second half. Gobert with a nice tap from Batum. And DePaula was no match for that play. Don't forget, we have premium members here on YouTube to be a part of that crew. All it takes is 99 cents a month to have premium access to video content, the FIBA experts on hand on the Discord panel. You'd be a part of that, have an exclusive Q&A session with our experts, custom badges, avatars, and more. So why not try it out for just 99 cents a month? Ball back in the play. Mendel misses the shot. Felicio unable to get it there. Nice fake from Mendel as he goes past the top of the key. And he sends it to DePaula. DePaula, nice screen from Felicio. Weaves his way in, finds Mendel for the three. That is off the mark. Batum bringing it down. Nick Batum with a nice nifty assist from Gobert for a two-handed slammer prior to the Brazilian timeout. Now Fournier has it, left wing. 8 to shoot, faked on the three. Down back to the left wing is Albisi. Albisi driving right inside for two. And even I was wondering when Albisi will get on the board. He finally got on it. Albisi, silver medalist in the last Olympics. Under 20 MVP in the FIBA Europe Championships back in 2010. Currently plays in Spain as Gobert trying to drive past Iago Santos and had that ball stripped away from him. Brings it up right in front of the France bench. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter. France with an 11-point lead, 52-41, 8 on the 24. Dribble, DePaula, stripped by Yabusele. Well, let's see what Evan Fournier and Les Bleus try to work with. Yabusele. Batum. A little ambitious on the shot. He went for the double clutch from the left wing, but that bounces off the front. Iago Santos to DePaula. Can't make the three. It goes back to France as it sails out of bounds. Quick recap of basketball action, men's basketball action. Australia topping Spain 92-80 in Group A action. In Group B play, for which is what you're seeing right now, Germany drawing first blood as they defeated Japan 97-77. And the fourth and final game in men's action coming up in about 2.5 hours' time. as Greece hosts Canada. Canada looking to make some waves, as the kids say it these days, here in the Olympics. Mendel almost came up with the steal. Fournier saves it, sends it into Gobert. He has trouble, goes behind the back. Albisi to Yabusele. Yabusele all day. And France doing what Brazil did in the first half, making good off of a broken play. That is the 13th assist from France. And they are leading by that number 2, lucky number 13. Minute 30 to go. Quarter number 3. Iago Santos breaking through. Guy Santos in trouble. He's guarded heavily by Bilal Koulibaly. Jump hook good. As Mendel makes it 2 more as the shot clock was not in his favor. That is his 14th of the ball game. Albisi with a circuit shot earlier in the third quarter. Jump shot from Fournier, no good. Iago on the rebound. Iago going to town. Missed it. Put back, no good for Felicio. He's been ice cold since the beginning of the second quarter. 3-ball doesn't go. Mendel was looking for a foul, but they play on. Ahead of the floor is Yabusele. Out to Fournier. Fournier. And Mendel. He is suffering on the court right now. He's not getting a foul, not getting the shots to drop. He is definitely not happy. But he has to be careful and keep his cool. There is still time for a comeback with about 11 minutes to go in the game. 43.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock back to 18. Pass goes to Yabusele, who is guarded by Diaz. Fournier off the screen, goes for the 3. Can't knock the 3. And Iago, defended by Albisi. Up to the front court. Felicio changed his mind on the screen. Lets Iago's play iso ball. Iago to Santos. He draws the foul with 16 seconds exactly. So Guy Santos will head to the line and look for his first points since the early goings in this game. He has 6 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. He is 1 of 2 from the line. As a unit, the Brazilians are shooting 64%. France shooting 79% at the charity stripe. It has been an up and down game for Brazil, mainly the ups in the first half. In the second half, well, you could guess what kind of game they have had. Santos with his 7th point, trying to make this a single-digit deficit for Brazil. And he does just that. It is 54-45, 16 seconds to go. Wemby checking back into the game. Gobert checking out. He has had a controlling, dominating third quarter. 9 to go. Albisi trying to split through. Goes on the behind the back dribble. Cuts through underneath. And Bilal Koulibaly able to draw that foul as Guy Santos got his hand caught in the cookie jar on his way to the 10. And they're going to count that. They count the bucket. And wait a minute, Alexander Petrovic asking for a review. But it doesn't look like he will get it. Koulibaly completes the and one, 57-45, 2 seconds ago. Iago Santos chucks it from three-quarter court as it goes over the shot clock and into the stands as we are at the end of the third quarter, in which France, since the second quarter, has outscored Brazil 42-22. They take a 57-45 lead into the fourth quarter. Stay with us. We're at the chat party. I'll be back in a minute for the call of the fourth quarter. I'm Aaron Sanders.
entertainment. Every week it's a rearrangement. Every chat is a different statement. Heard your tone switch, thought no one noticed when certain names got mentioned. Just last week you were calling a fam, firms in their hands on entrance. Cut ties but you can't cut tension. Extension can't reach no more. Same time you wanna call with excuses. Same time you'll be a plus 4-4. Same time you wanna indirectly almost expect your moves to get thrown. Can't take this for no animation. If it's sketchy then it's locked off, no respawn. I was blessed from born. Mad that I'm here with the mess I saw. Real situations expose your soul. Real situation expose your force. I was blessed from born. Mad that I'm here with the mess I saw. Real situations expose your soul. Real situations expose your force.
Fourth quarter time in France. We will now see if that old adage is not how you start, it's how you finish, will come into play. Brazil led 23-15 at the end of the first quarter, but France was able to respond, outscoring the Brazilians 24-13 in the second quarter, and they outscored them again in the third quarter 18-9. They hold on to a 57-45 lead as we are about to be underway in the fourth quarter. Brazil, who once shot 60% from the field, has dropped down to 39%. France shot 29% in the first quarter, but that has blown up to almost 50% of the field as it's another turnover courtesy of Wembanyama. Wembanyama racing to the floor, but misses the layup. And now Iago Santos trying to control the tempo as he goes underneath for Cristiano Felicio. That is Felicio's first point since halftime. And Feliciano was one of the players that got things going for Brazil in the early stages of this game. Driving under the 10 is Yabusele, looking for a stuff, but instead got a foul, and he'll have to earn those 2 points the old-fashioned way. And again, looking back at when the last time Felicio scored, yes, it was in the first half. He's been on the receiving end of pick and rolls, screen and rolls, backdoor cuts, but has been silent in the second half. Yabusele hits the first free throw. He currently plays for Real Madrid, a two-time Liga ACB champ this year, and back in 2022 was a EuroLeague champ a year ago. Played in the NBA and the G League, the Boston Celtics, and the Maine Red Claws, and also won silver for France too as he goes 2 for 2 at the line to make it 59-47. Almost a minute has gone by here in the fourth quarter. France looking for their first win in Olympic play this year. Catch and shoot three, Benici. Benici, the 34-year-old, the two-time FIBA Intercontinental Cup champ, puts three on the board, and it's 59-50 in favor of Les Bleus. Three ball, no good for Yabusele, trying to respond back. Iago Santos. They're going to need a lot of offense from him if Brazil wants to get back in this game. He only has a bucket and won't get any more from that. Albisi off the steal, feeds it to Wemby, out to Batum, sends it to Yabusele. Going with the triple threat, breaking free from Diaz. He stopped and distracts at the top of the key, gives it back to Albisi. Albisi at the top, 5 on the 24, out to Wemby. Wemby catches, flings it away, banks it off the glass, no good. Oh, doctor, there is a foul. That is a foul at the three-point line with the second on the shot clock. Did Wembanyama get lucky or what? He was able to read the assignment as Cristiano Felicio was smothering him like a T-shirt on a rainy day. Wembanyama looking for his 15th, 16th, and 17th point along with his 7 rebounds as he prepares for his first of 3 free throws. And he knocks the first one down with ease. It took time as it bounced all the way around the rim and out, but back in. Second free throw, yes. 61-50. Brazil has slowed down since halfway into the second quarter, in which we saw a resurgence of Wemby, Batum, and Gobert. He goes 3 of 3 at the line. 62-50. France 17-20 from the line. Brazil 7 for 11. Koulibaly on the foul with 8:11 to go. Let's see if they can get a shot going. Something tells me somebody's going to spring out for a three. Lucas Diaz down to the corner. He's wide open. We'll see if Felicio will give it to him. Nope, he retreats it out to Gui Santos. Trying to break through from Wemby. Now they give it out to Diaz. That's a three-pointer there, as Lucas Diaz was wide alone for the three. So France, even though they had a trap zone defense going on, they were putting the pressure onto the mid-range, but did not pay attention to Diaz. Gui Santos will come up with the assist, but he has to do a whole lot more of that than later on, as a turnover is called on Nicolas Batum, trying to tightrope the baseline, but did not keep his feet in bounds. Now, that's a crying shame, too, because now Brazil on their way back to the game. Oh, incidentally, Brazil going left to right, France going right to left. Diaz sags off the screen. Iago Santos trying to drive. That's taken away by Wemby again. Up the floor is Yabusele for three. No good. Koulibaly couldn't put the clamps down. Picked up by Benici. Benici for three. No. And the rebound contained by Wemby. 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. France 62, Brazil 53. Brazil a hot start in the first quarter, but the fire was put out right away by Wembanyama, Batum, and Gobert as that pass is stripped away by Gui Santos. Gui using a little bit too much of an elbow, but they decide to play on. Diaz. Back to Iago. Iago, the 25-year-old. Finals MVP in the ABA this season. Works his way around the world. Three-ball Diaz. Off the front. Stays with Brazil with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in regulation. Some information on Iago Santos. ESPN and eSports called him one of the greatest revelations of Brazilian basketball in the 2010 decade. He was a Bundesliga champ last year, along with being the Finals MVP, 2022 FIBA Intercontinental Cup champion, and won the BCL Americas title back in 2021. 6 on the 24. Huertas going for deep, and he gets it. We've been wondering, where was Huertas here in the second half? Well, he definitely poked his head right out of the shadows and burst right through the doors, as Brazil has cut this to a 6-point deficit for them. France leads 62-56 as France takes time. And Brazil was able to make it to the tournament after winning the Latvia leg of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament a few weeks ago to make it to the Olympics once again. They have not won a medal since they placed with bronze back in the 1964 games. They came up short of another bronze in the 1968 Mexico games. And for France, they're looking to retreat to the podium after placing silver in the 2020 games, as well as the Sydney games back in 2000, where in both occasions they lost to Team USA. It is a 2-possession game again. A quick game reset Brazil led by as much as 12, and that was in the early stages of the game. Since then, France has resurged and got home court advantage after having the carpet yanked right under their feet right at tip-off, especially the keys. They had home court advantage, but their keys were taken away by Brazil off their great fast break game, but they were able to get a run on their own in the second quarter and took the lead at halftime and led by as much as 13. That has been cut to half by 6 points. It is 62-56, 6:17 to go in regulation. Up the floor is Ntilikina. We haven't heard much from him since the second quarter as well. Cordinet finds Wimby. Far side corner, driving right by Felicio. 5 on the clock, taken away by Benici. At time where Brazil needs him the most, he was able to pick off that steal, and great pressure from Brazil right around the baseline. Under 6 to go here in the game. Lucas Diaz had a nice corner 3 earlier. Here's Benici, short from downtown. There were plenty of fans said that this might be a runaway game, but it's been close for the most part. And that is a foul on Ntilikina as Benici was going for the outside shot. They ruled 3 free throws for Benici. And boy, do they need them the most. It looks like the officiating crew will look at it to see if his foot was on the line, meaning it would be 2 free throws, or will they stick with the call that would send him to the line for 3 shots instead. So as they look at it again, the officiating crew, the crew chief from Canada, Matthew Callio, and the umpires from Spain, Luis Castillo, and from Ecuador, Carlos Peralta. Looking at the instant replay. And folks, I'll tell you this is too close to call. I'm looking at his left foot because that definitely makes a difference. His left foot pivots as he's setting up for the shot. So it pivots about 3 inches, and I wonder if that shadow touched the line or if it did not. And it says his feet did touch the line, so he's going to have 2 shots. And for those of you wondering, why am I looking at the shadow? Trust me, it makes a huge difference when you don't have a lot to work with. I looked at the replay. His foot, his physical foot, was, I want to say, a millimeter away from the 3-point line. So when you look at the shadow, that may make a huge difference to see how far away it is from the 3-point line into the mid-range game. But nonetheless, enough boring you with the details. Benici made the first free throw. He now has 6 points. The top man for Brazil today, Leo Mendel, 14 points. Marcelino Huertas waking up here in the second half for a total of 11 points. Mendel and Huertas a total of 25 points. Second free throw up and in. 62-58. Can Brazil reach the finish line and get the first win and pull off an upset against the host team here in the Paris 2024 Olympics? France with the rock. Cordinet almost had the screen from Gobert, decides to go ahead himself and hits it from the left elbow. Back to a 2-possession game. Gui Santos has to get on the scoreboard soon. Huertas with Batum all over him. Felicio on the seal. Huertas off to Benici, who misses the triple. Gobert on the rebound. France doing an exceptional job piling up the boards in the dying moments here in regulation. Under 5 to go. 64-58, France ahead. Ntilikina goes for the 3 and hits over Huertas. Ntilikina has been all over the floor today as he picks up his 9th point, all of them from 3-point land. Huertas, where will he go? He goes to Diaz, who gives the ball right back to Huertas. Feed pass, saved by Batum, and up the floor is Gobert, who finds Batum on the finish. Oh my days! Batum tight-roping the sideline, saving the ball off the steal, throwing it off the knee of one of the Brazilian players, found Gobert, and got the ball back. And what a beautiful finish from France. They have been on the receiving end of some pretty plays, but that may be the turning point of this game as they lead 69-58 with 4:14 left in the game. Oh, if it's not worth mentioning, Batum was the one who batted the ball out in midair as Brazil was looking for that pass. France capitalizing on both ends of the floor, shooting 49% from the field. They have made 6 threes, shooting under 30%. And it has been a low rebounding game, but a close one. Brazil with 30, France 27. Again, to watch the finish of this game, check out the link in our description. This is the chat party for France and Brazil Group B competition in the 2024 Olympic Games. I'm Aaron Sanders. Glad to have you with us. I will be back on the call between South Sudan and the United States of America on Wednesday. After this game, a quick look at the stats, and we'll prepare for Greece and Canada, which is coming up in a couple of hours. Here's Felicio. Up top, back to Benici. Benici with the crossover dribble, flinks it from the line, missed it. And it's back into the hands of Batum. Batum looking for the ball, they play on, nice strip from Benici into the rack. That goes down by a player from which we haven't called his name a lot here in the second half, and that's Cristiano Felicio, who scored his 11th point along with 6 boards. 9-point game. They were looking for the alley-oop, but Brazil was right ahead of the play. Huertas bullets it right to Benici. Benici out to Felicio. Now it's back to Huertas. Huertas off the screen. Felicio on the finish. 69-62 is the score, and a quick timeout by France with 3 minutes to go here in the game. Brazil with a nice scoring run to get back into this game. All isn't over yet. We have seen some flashy plays in Brazil, really capitalizing on that at this particular moment. Gobert with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Somebody asked how many points he scored, but now Felicio picking up another bucket. It is a 4-0 run from Felicio himself. There's some more people looking forward to Team USA playing tomorrow. And they are confident that Kevin Durant will play. That team dealing with a little bit of an injury. Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, they're dealing with illnesses. That's a huge question mark to see if they will play the opening game against Serbia. In the meantime, France leads Brazil 69-62 with 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Wembanyama checking in for Yabusele. Wembanyama leading the scoring with a near double-double performance, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Nick Batum, the well-ironclad veteran, has 13 points and 4 rebounds, 4 of 10 from the field. And this is a huge stop for Brazil as France comes up with the ball. Cordinet off the Wemby screen. Grape finds his way to the basket, finds his way right back out. Batum on the fake, sends it to Gobert. Off his foot, Diaz the steal. Brazil looking to score, and they have to. And Benici did all he could to keep the ball inbound. But it did not work in his favor as Leo Mendel, one of Brazil's leading scorers, checked back in for Benici. Albisi in for Batum, 2:30 to go. There's been a combined total of 39 turnovers in the game. Brazil responsible for 20 of them. Gobert working off of Felicio. Ntilikina off of Gui Santos. Back to Gobert, into the circle, into the lane, and a foul on Mendel. And again, Coach Petrovic of Brazil asking for a review. And he will not get a review. Mendel with his fourth personal foul. He and Bruno Caboclo with 4 apiece. Perhaps Coach Petrovic is unaware of the challenge in Olympic Games. This is the second time he has asked for a review and did not get it. Shot goes down for Gobert. It is 70-62. France ahead with about 2 minutes to go. Second free throw on the way for Gobert, and he misses the front. And it will be one more for Gobert. That's a lane violation. Well, hello, Toby Pashtian. So one more free throw for Chepers. And I appreciate the love from all of you tuning into this game. That free throw doesn't go for Gobert. 2:05 left in the game. Drive. Ntilikina looking for Gobert. He was stopped in his tracks. Underneath. Ntilikina makes a wish. Misses. And the ball will go back to Brazil. That's a foul on France. Gobert on the foul. Batum will check in for Gobert. And Gobert with his fourth personal, 7 points and 3 rebounds here in this opening contest. Again, we appreciate all the love that you, the viewers and fans, are giving me in this Olympic Games. This has been a good one so far. Felicio trying to go for the pass, but he was fouled on the way to the rack. Minute 43 to go. Break down the stats and facts of this game after the final buzzer. And again, I invite you to tune into the chat party when South Sudan takes on the United States of America on Wednesday. That's the next time you will see me. Felicio gets the first. (70-63). Felicio misses the second free throw. Minute 43 now. Ntilikina, who has been heavily guarded all day, but finds a way to break out of it. Albisi. Back to Ntilikina. Batum breaking off the screen. Goes for the three and nails it. Nick Batum, the ironclad veteran, puts 3 more on the board to make it 73-63. Batum with 16 points. And a big welcome to Maleza Consabor, who is tuning in 5 a.m. in the morning. Still a 10-point game. Guy Santos into the game. Brazil running out of time. They have 71 seconds to do something. And Santos makes the first. And Guy Santos' game so far, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and he misses the second free throw, and up the floor comes France. Andrew Albisi. Guarded by Huertas. Albisi getting close to the three-point line. It's out to Courtney. Wimby to Albisi again. Albisi feeds it into Wimby! That is a Wimby special! Wimby will not be denied. That could be the dagger as he picks up his 19th point. Underneath, Mendel out to Guy Santos. Misses on the three. 75-64. And a lot of fans coming into the dying moments of this game. We have one fan tuning in at 1 a.m. in the morning. That is dedication. Wimby was able to get that alley-oop. And unfortunately, for Guy Santos, he was right behind. When you see plays like this, you have no choice but to be excited. It doesn't matter which team is on the floor. 75-64. And Roberto Balzon, thank you for tuning in. And the crowd on its feet. A timeout from France. Huertas with the foul. And with Team Brazil, you usually see Huertas stepping up. But not on the defensive end here today. With Brazil down by 11. It's obvious they have to go down low really quick. Try a three at least one time, but that may take up a lot of the clock. Brazil shooting 41%, France 51%. Albisi to play it in. Gets it back off the inbound. Batum on the run. Batum for three. Got it! That is the dagger as Nick Batum comes up with his 22nd point. Mendel rushing the floor. Met by the double team as Wimby and Batum stops him right at the elbow. 17.8 seconds to go. Brazil try to respond back here in the fourth quarter. And it's been a close fourth quarter. They have had 19 points, France with 21. And the Greece and Canada game is less than 2 hours away. There will be a chat party for that game. But after this game, I am calling it a day. I will be back on Wednesday to have the action between South Sudan and USA. Nick Batum has been the catalyst for Les Bleus in the second half. With that clutch three, he has a total of 19 points. My mistake. He's only made 3 triples. But that one could be costly for Team Brazil. 19 points, 6 of 12 from the field, along with 5 rebounds. He has tied Wemby with 19 points. He shot 7 of 13 from the field, only connected on 1 3, and he is a rebound away from a double-double. And now the officials are heading to the instant replay system on a previous play as Mendel was trapped by Wemby and Batum. They're going to wonder who touched the ball last. And they're slowly but surely slowing this footage down. France ahead by 14 with 17 seconds to go here in the Pierre Mauroy Stadium in Paris, France. Back to Brazil. They've turned it over to Brazil. And let's see if Brazil will finish strong with 17.8 seconds to go on the clock. Again, looking at their field goals, they're shooting 41% from the field. LCP 221, it's been a pleasure. Join me on Wednesday. I can't do it without you. Yeah, D Swervo, 3 a.m. over there. Get some good rest. You'll have more basketball action. It's 9 p.m. in the UAE. Meanwhile, I'm in Canada. It's 1:13. It is $2:14 over in the Maritimes. 12:14 in the Central Time Zone. 17 seconds left. So it looks like France will win their first game in this year's Olympics. And only 1 second was taken off the clock, off of the foul off the inbound. Felicio heading to the line. 12 points, 6 rebounds. 4 of 6 from the field, from the free throw line today. And Virgilio Ancheta saying it's 1:15 in the morning over in the Philippines. And if I recall correctly, I remember doing a chat party in the Olympic qualifying tournaments with the Philippines going up against Latvia. Justin Brownlee just went off on that game and did a terrific job upsetting Latvia. Felicio makes both free throws, 78-66. It is all academic at this point as Didi Lozada checks in, the former NBA G League and NBL Australia player who won silver with Brazil and the AmeriCup 2 years ago. He is in for the final 13 seconds as Albisi brings it up the floor. 7 seconds. One more chance for Batum, and he misses it as Mendel lets it go out of bounds with 1.7 seconds left on the clock. So they'll do a quick inbound, but it's all over at this point. There's the pass, and there goes the buzzer. And France turned it around after a slow first quarter to defeat Brazil in the opening match of both of these clubs, 78-66. Both teams scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, but that difference was that second quarter where France relied on Victor Wembanyama's strong defense and Rudy Gobert's great cuts, along with Nicholas Batum's leadership, they get right back into this game and lead and the win. So they go up 1-0 in Group B play. Brazil, a hard-fought battle for them, but it comes up short. By the way, I should mention the future games for France and Brazil, shouldn't I? For Brazil, their next game will be on the 30th as they meet Germany. And for Les Bleus, their next game will be against Japan. That is also on the 30th as well. Let's take a look at the final stats before I sign off here. The team stats we'll look at first for Brazil. They shot hot at the beginning of the game, 60%. That dropped down to 40%. Shot 68% from the free throw line, 33% from downtown. They had 11 offensive rebounds, and both Brazil and France had 32 rebounds apiece. 21 assists, 14 steals for Brazil. Their problem was the turnovers, 20 of them, which led to France's 26 points off of those turnovers. That is a good ratio if you're Team France, and 22 personal fouls, 6 blocks for France. And they ended up with 24 defensive rebounds, 32 points in the paint. And now we look at the top scorers for Brazil and France, starting with Brazil. 14 points apiece for Leo Mendel and Cristiano Felicio. Felicio scored most of his points in the first half, and Mendel came alive in the third quarter, but was silent in the fourth. And for France, they were led by Victor Wembanyama with 19 points and 9 rebounds, and the veteran leadership and the prowess of Nicholas Batum, 19 points, 3 3-balls, 6 of 13 from the field, as we see him giving his hometown faithful a round of applause before heading off to the locker room. That does it for me. The final score in this Group B action, France 78, Brazil 66. Thank you again for joining me, everybody. This has been a great chat party. It's been an eventful one, to say the least. I'll be back to call the action for South Sudan and the United States of America on Wednesday. In the meantime, if you haven't done it by now, be sure to subscribe to the FIBA YouTube Premium membership for just 99 cents a month. Be sure to be a part of the Super Chat and keep on watching. We have another chat party happening in less than 2 hours as Greece takes on Canada. And again, if you want to watch all the games in the Olympics, be sure to check out the link in the description that FIBA has provided. It has been a thrill for me to present this to you, and hopefully you're able to have fun watching this game and leaving your comments left and right. So it's been a thrill. I thank you once again. This has been the chat party between France and Brazil. To Ollie, get well soon. To Coco, thank you for tuning in. And to all of you around the world, thank you for tuning in on the FIBA YouTube channel. But for now, until Wednesday, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the FIBA chat party of the Paris 2024 Olympics. Take care of yourselves.
Some alligators. Snap out these chickens, do show they rate us. Run out these brothers, you know they haters. Ain't no food in my gang, no we all obey. There's no debating. My brothers some alligators. Known on these roads, don't need validation.